Hello everyone, hope you all are staying well by the grace of Almighty. This is our first lecture for the course entitled Peripheral and Interfacing, Computer Peripheral and Interfacing. In this lecture, we will learn the basic terms and concepts of peripheral devices of computer. Before starting the course topics, let's have a look on our desired program learning outcome. Our program objectives for students after graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree in Computer Science and Engineering are to make them broadly educated, collaborative, inspiring, and innovative. Our vision is to become an outstanding program in the field of computer science and engineering and to enable them to play a vital role in supporting the development goals both locally and globally. We have three missions. First one is to build a strong research and teaching learning environment that responds swiftly to the challenges of the 21st century. Secondly, we aim to induce engineering ethics, moral values, and spirit of social commitment to the graduates. And lastly, we provide excellent undergraduate education in the state of the art environment. Now let's come to the course topic, course related talkings. This course introduces basic concepts of peripheral devices and techniques for interfacing a microcontroller or microprocessor for data collection and process control and developing the related software required. It is aimed at students interested in data acquisition and real-time control systems, design and construct simple control data logging system incorporating input-output to and from peripheral devices and design simple control system. The name of the course is Computer Peripheral and Interfacing. So two words here are new to you. First one is peripheral and second one is interfacing. A peripheral or peripheral device is additional or auxiliary device used to put information into and get information out of the computer. That means that peripheral device is not mandatory to run the basic task of a computer, but those devices provide better flexibility to use a computing device. And the second word means or talks with the techniques that are used to represent the peripheral devices to the computer. Firstly, we will learn about the peripheral devices, and in the next lectures, we will learn about the interfacing process in detail. Computer peripherals or peripheral devices are sometimes called input-output devices, that is I/O devices, because they provide input and output for the computer. Some peripherals, such as external hard drives, provide both input and output operation for the computer. Peripheral devices connect with a computer through several input-output interfaces such as communications, universal serial bus that is USB, and serial ports such as serial advanced technology attachment, in short SATA. Some common examples of peripheral devices are mouse, keyboard, expansion card, graphics card, image scanner, tape drives, microphone, loudspeaker, webcam, digital camera, and so on. Peripherals are commonly divided into three kinds, such as input devices, output devices, and storage devices. In computing, an input device is a peripheral device that is used to provide data and control signals to an information processing system, such as a computer or other information appliance. Examples of input devices include keyboards, mouse, scanner, digital camera, and joysticks, and so on. Input devices also include typewriter like keyboards, handheld devices such as mouse, trackball, joystick, trackpad, and special pen with pressure-sensitive pad, microphone, webcam, digital cameras. They also include sensors that provide information about the environment, that is temperature, pressure, and so forth to a computer. Another direct entry mechanism is the optical laser scanner. that can read barcoded data or optical character fonts. Let's discuss about some commonly used peripheral device that inputs data. First, keyboard. A keyboard is a human interface device which is represented as a layout of buttons. Each button or key can be used to either input a linguistic character to a computer or to call upon a particular function of the computer. They act as the main text entry interface for most of the users. Traditional keyboards are spring-based buttons. Traditional keyboards use spring-based buttons, though newer variations employ virtual keys or even projected keyboards. It is typewriter-like device composed of a matrix of switches. The next one is our most common mouse. Mouse is the most popular pointing device. It is a very famous cursor control device having a small palm-sized box with a round ball at its base, which senses the movement of the mouse and sends corresponding signals to the CPU when the mouse buttons are pressed. Generally, it has two buttons called the left and the right button, and a wheel is present between the two buttons. A mouse can be used to control the position of the cursor on the screen, but it cannot be used to enter text into the computer. Trackball is an input device that is mostly used in notebook or laptop computer instead of a mouse. This is a ball which is half inserted, and by moving fingers on the ball, the pointer can be moved. Since the whole device is not moved, a trackball requires less space than a mouse. A trackball comes in various shapes like a ball, a button, or a square. Joystick is also a pointing device that is used to move the cursor position on a monitor screen. It is a stick having a spherical ball at its both lower and upper ends. The lower spherical ball moves in a socket. The joystick can be moved in all four directions. The function of the joystick is similar to that of a mouse. Similar to that of a mouse, it is mainly used in computer-aided design, that is CAD, and playing computer games. Besides, it is also used in flight simulators, training simulators, and for controlling industrial robots. Digitizer is an input device which converts analog information into digital form. Digitizer can convert a signal from the television or camera into a series of numbers that could be stored in a computer. They can be used by the computer to create a picture or whether the camera had been pointed at. Digitizer is also known as tablet or graphics tablet, that as it converts graphics and pictorial data into binary inputs. A graphic table as digitizer is used for fine works of drawing and image manipulation applications. Audio input devices are used to capture sound. In some cases, an audio output device can be used as an input device in order to capture the produced sound. The examples of audio input device are microphones and MIDI keyboard or other digital musical instrument. Video input devices are used to digitize images or video from the outside world into the computer. The information can be stored in a multitude of formats depending on the user's requirement. The example of this kind of devices include digital camera, digital cam recorder, portable media player, webcam, Microsoft sensor, image scanner, fingerprint scanner, barcode reader, medical imaging, and so on. Now let's discuss those peripheral device that works as output device. An output device is any piece of computer hardware equipment used to communicate the results of data processing carried out by an information processing system, such as a computer, which converts the electronically generated information into human readable form. Output equipment includes video display terminals, uh, different type of printers, loudspeakers, headphones, and devices such as flow valves that control machinery, often in response of computer processing of sensor input data. Some devices such as video display terminals and USB hubs may provide both input and output. Other examples are that devices that enable the transmission or reception of data between computers. For example, modems and network interfaces. Now, let's know something about the most common output device, monitor. Monitor is an optical output device that could be CRT, LCD, LED, TFT, and holographic. The size of the monitor is calculated by diagonal screen. That's measurement unit is inch, and combination of several thousands of graphical element named pixel. Pixel is a picture element that indicates the smallest graphical portion of the screen and presented in a tabular format. Generally, interpixel gap is almost zero. For a monocolor print monitor, each of the pixel is represented by 1 bit, but for a color monitor, it requires 8 bits to represent each of the pixel. And resolution is the number of pixels on the screen that is also known as the density of pixels and calculated as n into m. Here, n is the quantity of pixels in x-axis and m is the quantity of pixels in y-axis. For a VGA monitor, it is generally n into m equal 640 into 480. And another term related with monitor is dot pitch, which is the measurement of diagonal distance between two pixels. This is also the measurement of the quality of the monitor. Generally, the lower the distance, the better the picture quality. Dot pitch is measured in millimeter, that is actually screen size by pixels. Typically, dot pitch is 0.15 millimeter to 0.30 millimeter. A mass known monitor nowadays is LCD, that stands for liquid crystal display, that uses crystal that is liquid and also uses frequency filter technique. Both the monocolor and multicolor LCDs are available, and the LCD could be alphanumeric or graphic. A liquid crystal solution is available in between the polarized thin layer. The crystal acts like a shutter, but when current flows through the crystal, it protects the light rays to move. Thus, resultant of the current flow and not flow produces a viewable image. A printer is a device that accepts text and graphic output from a computer and transfers the information to paper, usually to a standard size sheets of a paper. We can tell that a printer is a hardware output device that is used to generate hard copy and print any document. A document can be of any type such as text file, image, or the combination of both. It accepts input or command by the users on a computer or on other devices to print the documents. Printers are one of the most commonly used computer peripheral device that can be classified into two categories, that are 2D printer and 3D printer. Although there are different types of printers, nowadays two types of printers are commonly used, that are inkjet printer and laser printer. A list of all the various types are inkjet printer, laser printer, LED printer, solid ink printer, dot matrix printer, multifunction or all-in-one printer, thermal printer, and plotter. The four printer qualities of most interest to the most users are color, resolution, speed, and memory. A type of thin display screen called a flat panel display used in some older portable computers, that is glass plasma display, that works by sandwiching neon gas between two plates. Each plate is coated with a conductive print. The print on the plate contains vertical conductive lines and the other plate has horizontal lines. Together, the two plates form a grid. Then, when the electric current is passed through the horizontal and vertical line, the gash at the insertion glows, creating a point of light or pixel. A 7 segment is a display. A 7 segment display is a form of electronic display device for displaying decimal numerals that is an alternative to the more complex of dot matrix displays. 7 segment displays are widely used in digital clocks, electronic meters, basic calculators, and other electronic devices that display numerical information. The 7 segment displays are really 7 segment LEDs, really 7 LEDs lined up in a particular pattern. Each of the pattern, each of the 7 LEDs are called segment because when illuminated, the segment forms part of a numerical digit. The numerical digit can be both hexadecimal or decimal. An additional eighth LED is sometimes used for indication of a decimal point. You will find 7 segment as a very interesting topic in the lab works while displaying different desired outputs. That's all for today. We will discuss about the storage device in the later part of the course. Please listen to the audio and study the topics attentively. I have failed to find free downloadable PDF books for the course. Only last one is found, but you can follow the lectures and study the topics in the internet for more information. The quiz here given is only for 7 minutes, and within this time you have to answer 10 MCQ questions and you will get only one chance to attempt. So prepare yourself properly before attempting the quiz and submit the assignment within due time. No, and again saying no late submission please. Prepare your assignment appropriately. Write only necessary information. No need to write unnecessary information for increasing the number of pages. Stay well. Thank you.